The Darkmom Consortium for December the 3rd, 2020. For whatever reason, Streamlabs didn't want my game to pop up. Repeatedly. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Mom.
Ooh, Streamlabs did not love me this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't want to show the game. It took 3 tries to make it pop up. Oh, goodness, apparently we have to stop the Nausicaans. Gosh darn it. These Nausicaans, they're just so pesky. Oh, no, they're not. That's somebody just being a pain in the butt.
Nausicaans are grumpy, ugly, aggressive, but pesky?
They are on Nimbus because they're fighting at like level 23. So they're pesky, but nothing worse than pesky. Thank goodness. How are you today?
Oh, yeah. Busy.
Well, yeah, it's your Friday. No, hold on. It's not Friday, is it? It's Thursday.
Yeah,
It's
Thursday, and we have a maintenance starting in 1.5 hours.
Yes. Hold it. No, 2.5 hours. Did they change the time today? I thought it started at 6 a.m. Pacific time, which would be... No, hold on. 6 a.m. Pacific time? So, yeah. So 2.5 hours. I thought. Did I miss that?
Okay, we will see how translation might have changed numbers.
I could have misread it this morning. I thought it started at 8 a.m., which is...
Yeah.
Or 9 a.m., whatever.
And by the way,
Yes.
have you seen Universal Global Endeavor?
No.
during the night?
Let's see. I want to say it was Tasker or Dante who saw it pop up yesterday as being Twin Tribulations, and then it disappeared. And they didn't
Okay.
mention it in chat last night, so I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, they had a PvP endeavor on Xbox, also got killed without notice.
Well, yeah, it was up too.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if there's...
And most amusing part of the patch notes, they are solving an issue with a feature TFO that event that ends today.
They're fixing it that ends today. Well, it'll be good for next time.
It's a timing calling for a snarky comment. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Universal Endeavor spontaneously dropped it. A couple hours dropped for me. No replacement. No. There's no response here as to what happened, only that Twin Tribulations dropped for everybody yesterday. So, okay. That is the way it goes. Once in a while, everything gets effed up. But yeah, we were watching Cryptic last night, which was almost an hour later than usual. It started like at 8:15 last night, my time, and it's normally 7:30.
They about changing it to 5.15 their time.
Ah, okay. I hadn't seen
There
that.
was a tweet. Yeah, so yes, they try to tell us things that might affect us. Yes.
Well, that affects us doing a show on Wednesdays. Not that I do them very often, but 8:15 my time would either mean we have to interrupt our show to watch that, excuse me, or try and watch that while doing our show. But the good news is that they will raid anybody who's up and running, and while we've been raided by them once, it'd be nice to get raided by them again. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's we'll just live a little bit in chaotic times.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know once all this is done, they'll probably go back to a more set schedule. They just chatted last night mostly about the new ship. and they were going through some of the skins and talked a little bit about Winter Wonderland, but not a lot else got covered last night. Since there's really nothing new coming up until next year.
Uh-huh.
I have to change my camera here, I think. Let's see if that helps it at all. A little bit better. So, I'm off to new job today, so I will be leaving promptly at 7:30, so we have about 50 minutes to play.
50 minutes.
Got lots to do. Actually, I've already run my dailies for the day, so that's out of the way, thank goodness. It took me 45 minutes because somebody, I think actually several people, were AFKing it, and that was not fun.
Yeah, these three letters in that order appear way too often.
I don't mind it for some things, and I don't mind it for anything if you let me know. But when we lose all three bases and thereby lose points, that wasn't nice.
And it's also something. AFK, really AFKing only in teams.
Yeah. Let everybody know and agree to it.
Do not just play the fait accompli bullshit. Okay, I cut my put staples on my lip to not to
zip it. No, I agree. I'd have no problems with AFK if everybody's good with it. But if they're not, that's a pain in the butt.
And yeah, it's just
might as well run around and get some dilithium. So on my list of endeavors for the day, I've got destroy Tholian ships, which I thought, maybe that'd be a fun little trip to Archer for us.
Destroy Tholian ship.
Yep.
That's a short trip to the Archer system, indeed.
I thought that would be fun. Let's see if I can figure out what the heck's going on here today. Alrighty. Guess it's this one. I'm doing the whole Orion contraband thing because I like dilithium. One of our fleet mates and I were chatting this morning. He was like, "Oh, getting ready before the new job?" I'm like, "Yeah, dilithium and coffee for breakfast. What more could you want?"
More coffee.
Yes, I did. That's a minute late for today because I had to go over and zap the coffee. The first cup of coffee is always so good because it's freshly made and just delicious. And the second cup is just thrown in the microwave and never quite as lovely.
So you have kind of actually your coffee wants to be firstborn, or it's
yeah, pretty much. That's it. That first cup is always so critical to a good day. And that's the question I didn't ask them for the new job. Do I need to bring my own coffee?
Well, I would say try first day so you are prepared, if so, needed.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's more or less win-win.
But what's weird here is there isn't a Dunkin' Donuts. Like in Chicago, there's a Dunkin' Donuts on every corner. It's worse than Starbucks. But the coffee's decent, and it's $2 a cup versus $6 for Starbucks. Here, there is a Starbucks, but I'm not spending $6 for a coffee. And there isn't anything by the job that I've found yet. But it's over in a new part of town that I'm not familiar with very much. So we will see. So shall we do a little Archer?
Thing is, when you have to kill Tholians,
yes.
Most of the time I should not, cause
I only have to kill 5.
5 Tholians. Okay, that calls for
if I can't do 5 out of 30, I've got problems. Oh, Lord Sepulchre, yes.
Kapor will join you for that. So when you have done your 5, I take over and do my Tetrion space damage.
Well, since there's usually 5 of them that come at you, if I get 1 out of each 5, I'm good. So you can go for it. Just don't leave me one or two here and there.
Okay, so
You said Kapaw, right?
unfortunately, wrong account.
Okay.
I always confuse myself that way. So, I haven't. Do I have a space Tetranship? Of course
Of course.
but would you do it Federation side?
I can absolutely can. Let me switch over.
Then Sir Duckbert of Kettingtonshire will join you and teach those spiders
Let's see.
whatever they could be taught. I have certain doubts on the success, but usually, even if they don't learn a lot, well, we get rid of them, which is at least a win for us.
Let me see which ship I re-equipped last night. Is it this one? That's Polaron. It doesn't really matter. Let's try this one. Alrighty. And you said it was Sir Dogbert. Here we go.
Yeah, Sir Duckbert of Kettingtonshire. Yeah.
The only drawback is Archer is way the heck on the other side of the galaxy. So it takes a moment to get there. I don't think there's a shortcut closer than New Romulus, is there?
I'm afraid there isn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Sphere of Influence Transwarp.
So since we weren't doing a stream last night, I grabbed Kethava, my Vulcan, and got her through everything except 2 of the last 3 episodes. So I'm kind of happy with that. Unfortunately, I realized I really don't like Measure of Morality as an episode. I love 7 of 9, but it's just so long.
A night on both men would have been much nicer. Indeed.
Yes, that's the longer one, and I'll take it happily. But we'll see that back in April. And by the way, I sent a message off to Cryptic last night, letting them know that we are planning to do a second virtual convention in March between the anniversary event and the First Contact event. So, not asking them for anything, just making sure they're not going to say, please don't do that.
Yep.
By the way, Lord Sepulchre, Death Wish coffee is good, but Battleship is excellent. And I'm slowly approaching there. I'm ready to enter when you are.
I'm on my way, old girl.
Okay. I'll just hover there. Good morning, everybody. How you all doing today? Let's get an update since we didn't do a stream last night. We're at 92%.
That calls for action. A very easy action, just pressing two buttons.
I will have to make sure I've got everything to practice that this weekend. The least of which is sitting there and having to listen to the song over and over and over and over till you get the rhythm. Thank you, Ed. So now we're at 92%. Okay, so we only have 36,648 to go. Piece of cake.
Yep. Okay, ready to enter the Archer system.
Give me 1 sec. Okay, and entering. Let's see if I can do it without timing out. It looks like it's going to work. There we go. Hey, that's great. I'll go in and see if I can take out any of these really quick. Okay, I'm done.
Actually, yeah, any of those web nodes counts as a Polian ship. Not very agile, and but
Well, this is not a terribly powerful ship. It's the Titan, but I didn't have a ton of money to put on it yet.
arc. That was weird.
What?
It was absolutely weird.
Oop. I died somehow.
You tried to kill them by a warp core explosion.
Yeah, that was it. I did that on purpose. Yeah. Well, that was easy. Mostly because you were there doing it, but...
Yep, that went nice.
So last night, during the Cryptic live stream, they were talking about Augie and his streams and how they're really excellent for learning how to do good ship builds. But this character, and I'm sure a lot of characters are in the same boat, which is, what do you do when you don't know how to do stuff and you don't have a lot of funds? The inexpensive builds, where you're not going to get the high DPS.
Yeah, that's the usual thing.
Let's see, Lord Sepulchre. Hey Mom, I switched up the loadout on my T6 Scimitar to what it comes with using Romulan Plasma, and since I've done that, the weapon power drain isn't as bad as a cannon and turrets build. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Well, what else should we do today, Ed? Actually, let me kind of talk about my Titan here. So this is a Titan where I threw together stuff. Most of this is things that I've won off of the game and haven't bought a lot, except I threw on some Polarons yesterday because I had Polaron damage to accomplish. I don't have reputation yet. I don't have much in the way of Lobby. In fact, I don't have anything in the way of Lobby that I'm aware of. I do have EC. So the one thing I've got as a resource is money. This account's only showing 10 million, but I have about $250 million from a project that I ran with the whole fleet, with my little group.
Yeah.
So
one of those. Okay, I did not pay attention to it, but one of those things I would care for is your flying and energy damage build. So go for tactical mode every time you enter a map.
Okay.
Cause science mode is you are when you fly energy damage, go tactical mode and always have your tactical commander slot available with, for example, attack pattern 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the usual beamboat build. You have. I would really look into the boxes you get while growing discovery reputation for things like for Bellum consoles,
Mm-hmm.
especially RCS accelerator and EPS flow for the engineering part, and any Bellum console that is shields in the science part. First, it's shield strength and hull regeneration.
Well, my question was more on the theoretical. If you're in the same position I am, which is you've got some EC, but you don't have reputation to speak of, and you don't have Lobby to speak of, where would you start in doing a decent build?
Your Federation
Mm-hmm.
side. Okay. Should not be very expensive. Yeah. Okay. It's the Titan, so no, not much engineering ability. So, energy credits.
Yeah, imagine you have unlimited energy credits, which I don't, but I'm in decent shape on it.
Okay. Sensor-linked phasers or disruptors.
Mm-hmm.
Approaching agony console. And the deconstructive resonance emitter console. Let me have a look on Mr. Ransom, who is rather happy flying the Ransom. Ransom should be somewhere here.
I ask you because back in the day, you had a build called the Witch of Andor. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of an economy build, and absolutely awesome. It was one of my favorite builds.
Yeah, that was. It's what was just using a carrier those days. How carriers worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Approaching agony and deconstructive resonance emitters are pieces of choice. Plus, conductive RCS accelerator.
I've actually built one on a different tune to ship over to this guy. Poor thing.
Yeah. Many options for cool modifiers, be it turn to get very agile, be it EPS, which is probably the most expensive one, but
Yes.
good for your energy household. Even weapon power would be cool. Not awesome, but cool. And kind of same for exotic field particle exciter with EPS from science department, with turn from science department,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe again kind of weapon power. Then the good old Kelvin timeline photon torpedo that has a reload mod and does it's a top with high fire rate. And then definitely always cool sensor linked phasers.
That would be nice, yes.
And then essentially that would be my the things that come into my mind first when it goes to energy credits. But of course we are a little bit uh, time to do a relog. I think I could do a mail sending. Wake up my
There we go.
old lady of men.
So I'm looking here at, again, I'm going back to this as if I was a complete noob. Sensor-linked phaser beams start in the millions, which isn't bad for like a Mark II. Which means if you don't have the ability to do upgrades, you are going to spend a lot of money.
You started with unlimited resources, so
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
yeah, after telling me, yeah, changing conditions, the usual. However, okay, sensor linked are cool, and essentially, any you can have cool phases like the for example covert phases. I think they give you thrust and reduce threat, which might be nice for you.
That would be fun.
Of course, any phaser with a pen modifier, armor penetration is good. And of course, any world and dog phaser is cool when you go for a phaser build, and just agony phasers might be nice.
Agony phases would
Or
be nice.
Kelvin timeline phasers might be nice if you like to use beams that look like cannons and have a cannon sound effect. And as we are talking about see your mailbox.
I just sent you a message in Discord. Well, thank you. Oops. Yes, walk to the mailbox, not to the exchange, Mom. Thank you. I will put those on. Let's see. So we've got... Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a very nice one. Thank you, Ed. Obviously, the best way when you're doing a new build is to have friends who have money, or a daddy like Captain Cuddles.
Yeah, in this case, I have kind of at this moment to as we have this colony upgrade, I tend to grow to grow tunes just for the purpose of generating fleet lithium and duty officers, and I get plenty of R&D materials during
Oh,
that
yes.
process. So about once in a week, I can make one or two of those just from the stuff that drops. So I don't sell them don't sell the materials in the exchange. Just make make those two consoles and hope for a cool modifier.
Yeah, yeah.
And weapon power, the best of breed, but cool. My opinion. Yep.
Sounds good. Yeah, I love my ship so far. I've got some T6 coupons to play with other ships. But like I said, I thought it would be interesting to play with, what do you do when you're on a budget? What do you do when you're a noob, which is even worse than being on a budget? Hang on to that for a moment. And you don't know what you're doing, which, after 10 years, I still frequently don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. What I can tell you, always, it's kind of, when it comes to Zen ships, always a good first ship is for Federation is the Arbiter when you do not want to fly science. The Arbiter is kind of it is an evergreen, and you have the trade available for all Federation captains. They're a little bit more expensive when you start calculating on two Zen ships. Oops.
Yes, go. I heard. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That was Ed's real life doorbell ringing, so I'll get some real life coffee. I love that Augie can do all these massive builds, high DPS. But, for some people that's off-putting because that's seriously time and money, or at least time involved. And much as I love the game, and if I was in his position, which I'm glad I'm not in his position because he has other issues, but if I had more time to dedicate to the game, I would do it in a heartbeat. So we will leave Augie to be the awesome high DPS guy and Ed to be doing his awesome high DPS stuff. And for some of the rest of us, let's see if we can try and help you with some of the other things. The medium version of the game. I sent Ed a message going, yeah, Augie does the Maseratis, I'll do the Fords. But it should be enough DPS that you can have fun. All right, Path 240921. 2 and 2400. What did the Federation Council declare to be illegal? Red matter research, the Gorn Klingon War, or genetic manipulation? I think I know the answer to this one, but I'll double check.
Genetic manipulation.
I thought it was the Gorn Klingon War. I thought it was one of the.
Might be true. Again,
I thought it was one of the more stupid answers on this one, like, oh well, your thing's illegal.
And I recall the Bashir situation.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And the augment history, my choice by just okay, but most probably it's more the Gone Klingon War.
Because that sounds like what they would do.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, my good website isn't here. Where is my good site?
Hold on, I will ask my my cheat device. And by the way, also give you a link to it.
I have one that I love, and it's not popping up in my
It's Mom, you got a link.
Oh, well, thank you. Where did you send me the link?
It's
there
in
it is.
chat.
Okay.
Use it.
Wow.
Press a number, and you see those buttons below the. So it was 4 and something. So I would press a chapter 4, and then what was it was volume 4.
It was
And if I want,
okay.
if it was a different volume, I just press the button below that entry field
Oh,
for volume.
Oops.
So cleared, and it's ready for another thing.
Okay. How do I clear the field?
Just click the button below the field, and it's clear.
Okay.
And next two numbers will go to that field. It's really for the. So it's volume 21, chapter 2. So I press a 2 and a 1, then click on the 386.
Ah, I see.
And now it's the 565.
And then the 565, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, it is the Gorn Klingon lore. That's very cool.
And as it's Commander Viala's exemplar, if the student answers questions too happily, she has 2 other questions immediately ready to
see
shoot.
that. I see that. That's very cool.
That's the role-playing explanation. But actually, the original sheet where I got the answers collected from had some difference in volume in chapter numbers. Just one displaced. So now I have the alternative. So the question does not match, but either the question above or below that match. If that kind of the data error happens. So yes, that's my favorite thing.
That is very cool.
And you can have it on your mobile and use it kind of a pad, just numbers nobody understands to do things nobody doesn't understand either. I open it in a web browser on my mobile occasionally, and I play the TNG interface.
That is so cool. That is very cool, Ed. I had not seen that before.
Oh, it's one of my oldest things I made for. It's always fun.
Yeah, everybody try that one out. That's very, very cool. I was afraid that the site I'd always used had disappeared, and it's just not coming up readily. So what have you got to do today? Since I've actually only got about 15 minutes before I have to head out. I've driven this path a couple of times to the new place. It's very close. It's only about 2 miles away. But I don't want to be late my first day. Or my second day.
I would also have plasma damage on ground, which might be another Power Dissensions with another tune.
I could do that.
If you like.
Yes, I could. Do you want to go Federation or KDF?
I would go Federation again, and this time I think. So I switch characters and.
Let me do one quick switch here. I'm going to switch accounts because I've got a more powerful tune on the other account.
Just give me a moment to do this here.
We're going to take Keth's. She's got a little bit better ground. There we go. Alrighty. And who are we going to be teaming with today, Ed?
I think it will be Eli. Eli, come on, wait.
Let's see. Oh, this is weird. This account has exactly the same thing as the other account, just in different quantities. I have Vodwar on the ground, Both on the ground, and Tholian ships. How weird is that?
Sometimes happens as well. There is a limited number of endeavors, and
This is
sometimes the
true, but
random.
this is the first time I've had both accounts having the same things, even if the quantities are different. I've sent you an invitation, and I'm going to go ahead and get us teamed up here. Or sorry, get us queued up here. Let's go to that one. And we are queued for Pavo Dissension. Hopefully this will pop relatively quickly. Oops. Works better if I change clothes here. Oh, what shall I wear? I think we'll go that way. Yeah, that's a good one. Of course, now this all depends on enough people joining in that we can do this. Oops.
Mumps.
Yeah, I kicked my desk here. So I've moved back out into my living room here. And I've got a cable running. There we go. Woo-wee-woo. So I'm hooked up by cable rather than by Wi-Fi, which doesn't seem to be helping with the signal cutting out. But that must be on their side then. I can't get any better than where I'm at right now.
Yep.
Ball lightning in there. I've got the chain conduit in there. Engineering proficiencies in there. Go ahead and grab some of those toys out of there. There we go.
Imperial Terran forces are at great.
Wow. This is interesting. We've only got... Oh, okay. Came up showing me that we had 11 seconds to go. Let's see. I've got that. Let's do that one there. I don't think I've ever beamed in this position before.
Dum, dum, dum.
All right. We know what we're doing. We're good. We don't need that briefing.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oops. I'll go over here. Okie doke.
I suggest that I go for
You go where
a
you...
solo run.
Okay, go ahead. I will follow
Okay.
Talrith here underneath the
Yep.
map. I'm pretty good. I think I could handle this, but we gotta team up somehow, so...
Yep.
And this guy apparently knows what he's doing too, so that makes life easier.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. has been purified. Advance to the next one.
Well, that's not good.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Oops. Get all five. All five. Ah.
A placed crystal is under attack.
Well, that was annoying. Oh, good. I don't have a heal with me. Let's switch out for that.
That looks good.
Almost done up here. got myself killed, but it gave me the chance to switch out weapons. And I think we're done.
Looks like the Terrans are retreating. Heads up. The Terrans return.
Let's see. I think I can do this one. Do-do-do-do-do. I need to get a turret on this tune.
Oh, who's placing cover shields?
Not me.
Yeah. And why joining the only place with one entry only? That is illegal. I changed place. Here I am.
Come on. Come on, bad guys. There we go.
The Terrans placed an agonizer by one of the roofs. Destroy it, quickly. Get ready. The Terrans are sending in their elite forces.
Okay,
Like the Terrans have
that
spread
was
out.
easy.
Yeah.
My team and I
All right, we will take discovery marks on that one. And leaving the map. And with that, Ed, I
Yeah.
need to get my posterior in gear to head out to work. So on behalf of the Darkmom Consortium, I want to thank everyone who joined us this morning. You guys are awesome. I'm going to let Ed say the last words, though, because Ed is even awesomer.
Get an early start into the weekend and stay awesome.
Oh, that's a good voice, Ed. Take care, everybody.
Indeed. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.